All right, YouTube, I've got to be completely honest with you, okay? I think I'm done with the Gennady Golovkin trilogy, okay? I mean, if it happens, cool. But to be honest, I don't know. I feel like a third fight with Gennady Golovkin wouldn't be as good as the original fight or the rematch, So a third fight would probably end in like a decision, right? I mean, that's what I truly believe. But so you close that door, it opens up a lot of new doors like Canelo Kovalev. Okay, here we are. Canelo Kovalev. And you've heard all the rumors. We'll talk about it in a minute. Now, I don't think it's a terrible fight. I mean, look, let me put it this way. If Gennady Golovkin was going to fight Kovalev, I think a lot of people would be all for it. You know what I mean? And I thought about it the other night. I was like, how would I act? How would I react if it was Golovkin Kovalev? And I'd be pretty excited, right? So I thought, well, Canelo Kovalev, not bad, So again, it's not a terrible fight, okay? And and to be honest, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing it. But we'll get into all the details, right? We'll get into it. So now the problem that we all have is the resume. The catchweight, fighting Amir Khan, Lopez, an older Miguel Cotto, someone like a Rocky Fielding, Chavez. Okay, even as a Canelo fan, it's hard to say that he's been in the ring with top level competition while they're in their prime, right? I mean, when was the last time Canelo, he was up against an opponent that was just like 100% 50-50, evenly matched in their prime, that kind of thing. And we can go through the resume. We can definitely go through the resume. By the way, shout out Kovalev. That was a good fight. The Anthony Yarde Kovalev fight, it was good, but a lot of people are saying it wasn't good enough for Kovalev to, really to fight someone like a Canelo. I mean, as oddly as that sounds, he's like a heavy underdog, right? Crazy. So look, let's go through it real quick. I mean, 52-1-2. Canelo, 1 loss, 2 draws. A draw early on his career, and of course, second one, Gennady Golovkin, and Mayweather beats Canelo. Now, I was looking at this, the height, okay, 5'8". That's not accurate. I've been next to Canelo many times. He's at least 5'9", probably 5'10". Okay, so, as far as like size goes. So I just want to kind of throw that out there. But let's look at it real quick. Daniel Jacobs, already beat by, Mora, lost to Golovkin. You all know, right? Rocky Fielding, who the hell is Rocky Fielding? No one even heard of Rocky Fielding, really, other than the hardcores before the Canelo fight, okay? Gennady Golovkin, robbed. Okay, Gennady Golovkin, close rematch, okay? I'll give him that. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., I was there, covered that fight as press. I was there every step of the way, and it was a complete mismatch. And we all knew Chavez was there for the money, okay? Liam Smith, another BS fight, right? Amir Khan, a career light welterweight, only 2 or 3 fights at welterweight after he beats Miguel Cotto for the vacant WBC, then defends it against a career light welterweight. I mean, come on. You win the belt, okay? If you're Canelo, Canelo fans, hear me out. Again, not hating here. We're talking facts, okay? If you win the belt from an older guy, the WBC, from a Miguel Cotto, right? And then you defend it against a guy like Amir Khan, right? Come on. How do you justify that? A career light welterweight that's chinny as hell. He is known for that weak chin. I just don't see how that is justified. And if you go back, if you know your boxing, all throughout that, you got Oscar De La Hoya talking about how Canelo's not ready for middleweight. He's not a true middleweight. He's not a natural middleweight. Although we know he rehydrates at a light heavy. He's a light heavyweight on fight night. I've been there. I've seen it. I've been side by side with Canelo. I've done 2 ring walks right there, side by side with Canelo. I'm telling you, I know what the hell I'm talking about here. Irislan Lara. A lot of people had Canelo losing. I had it a draw. Angulo, I believe he was like a human freaking punching bag in that fight, okay? He was. So Mayweather, completely schooled, okay? We know that. Austin Trout, a lot of people said, he had a harder time with Trout than he should have had. So, and I agree. Jose De Lopez pulled him again, another guy, weight drain, pulled up to another division. Shane Mosley, older. It just goes on, and it's not hate. It's fact. We're talking facts, okay? I'd do the same thing with like a Gennady Golovkin or even a Manny Pacquiao, whoever. If I'm going to break down a resume, then I'm going to do it honestly. So, and here's the thing too. Here's the thing. whenever people try to defend Canelo's resume, right? They'll say, well, look at Gennady Golovkin. I don't understand, why we need to look at Triple G's resume when we're talking about Canelo, So why can't we just look at Canelo's resume? If you want to talk about it, if you want to compare or compare him to another boxer, then you've already lost the argument because his resume should stand on its own. Okay, so I hate that argument. Well, who cares? Well, look what Golovkin did. Well, it doesn't matter. We're talking about Canelo, right? Okay, so anyway. All right, now, if we look at the recent events, okay, Canelo refusing to fight Golovkin in the trilogy. He even said he would take a pay cut. He said he would take a dude said he would take a pay cut if DAZN would approve, a Sergey Darby-Checo fight. Okay, then he said, I'll promise to fight Demetrius Andrade if they'll let me fight another nobody on DAZN. I mean, he did everything he could to get out of that trilogy, and he did. I mean, he lost a belt, did everything he could, the IBF, right? But like I said earlier, I don't hate the match. I don't hate it. Yes, Kovalev is on the decline. Most of Canelo's previous opponents, they've all been questionable at best, but I don't hate it. I really don't. And we can talk about the weights. We know Canelo, like I say, he fights a light heavyweight. We know he rehydrates at 175 or more. That's a proven fact on record. I've even found videos of Canelo talking about his fight night weight, and he's admitted that he enters the ring as a light heavyweight or more, So it wouldn't be a total mismatch, right? Kovalev rather, doesn't put on a lot of weight fight night. So to me, a Kovalev-Canelo fight would look a lot like Lomachenko-Campbell, the fight we just saw this weekend, okay? It would look a lot like that, okay? As far as like size goes, I mean, we're only talking about size, like height, reach, all that good stuff. I mean, I think that's a really good comparison, when you're talking about the physical size difference, okay? Oh, and by the way, did you guys see what Irizlandi Lara did to Canelo's brother? My goodness. I mean, that was a beatdown. I mean, he looked like a human punching bag. We're talking about Canelo's brother. I mean, it was crazy. So, but anyway, go watch it. Irizlandi Lara against whatever his name is, Canelo's brother Alvarez. Okay, now they're talking about making the fight in November. A lot of people claiming it's too soon. Kovalev, he just had a fight, and that's too soon. But I don't really agree with that because I don't think Kovalev took enough punishment in that fight. And besides, I think guys like Kovalev, even Golovkin, they do better, when they're constantly fighting. Look, I mean, a lot of these guys are, fighting 3-4 times a year. I mean, look at Gennady Golovkin early on in his career. Was it 2012, 2013? Can't remember, fighting 4 times a year. Then he went to 3-3-3-3. Now it's like 2-2-2-2-2. So, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I mean, look at the headlines here. Okay, and I read through all the articles, all right? Let's see. Kovalev, now older, but Canelo fight is definitely compelling. Malignaggi comments on Canelo Kovalev, and you guys need to go check that out. Basically, you got Paulie Malignaggi on the whole PED trip again, saying that if you're going to move up in divisions, it means, you're on PEDs, which I don't agree with that. I just interviewed Paulie not long ago. I was kind of disappointed in that comment. Right. If it's finalized, Kovalev Canelo will be a huge fight. It will, and this is the kind of fight that DAZN needs. Like, I would support this fight. I would. But yeah, everyone kind of has a bad taste in their mouth right now because we didn't get the trilogy. But I would. I would definitely support the fight. Cover it as press or whatever. Right here. I want Canelo. Kovalev emphasizes wish for a super fight with Canelo. Okay, and then he said, I'm not a prostitute who holds out for a wad of cash, right? And we'll read that in a minute here. Okay, here we go. Oh, I got it right here, actually. I'm not a prostitute that holds out for a wad of cash, Sergey said. He makes it clear he wants Canelo fight on his terms following a KO victory over Anthony Yarde. Now, you're coming off a victory, but look, when you're fighting Canelo, you're going to be the B side, whatever. Even if you are the A side, you're going to be the B side. Okay, so, right here, talking about, he won the fight purely on experience. I managed to grab the fight and see where to land my punches in the right places. Thank God it came together. It was my experience. It was luck. It was the support of my hometown. Okay, and then this is an important thing here too. Canelo's people, actually, I think I have a better shot of that. We'll get to it in a minute. Talking about the negotiations between Kathy Duva and Oscar De La Hoya. Again, of course, when a fight is open to the fight, it will happen. However, they also played this game very cunningly, okay, they pressured me right at the end of my training camp with an offer that was very hard to refuse. So you got Golden Boy, and why would they do that? Knowing that Kovalev is in training, to fight a mandatory, right? I don't understand the thought process behind that, or the motivation, or even I don't know, the professionalism. If you know the guy has a contract, it's already signed, he's got to fight. Why in the hell would you offer money or try to negotiate a fight? You know what I mean? It's like, and especially that close. I mean, it was like a month out, a month and a half out. The venue set, tickets are bought, fans have made, bought tickets and everything. I just don't understand why Golden Boy would just kind of swoop in there and start negotiating, when he's about to fight this guy. I felt that it was basically basically a strategy to get out of the Gennady Golovkin trilogy, and it was. I mean, it was a part of it anyway. At a minimum, a part of it. So, right here, Alvarez Kovalev would be a clear favorite, Alvarez, but also other elements that make it compelling. Star power, a high level of skill, punching power, history in the making of a significant difference in natural size, okay, which could make the closer fight than many, or which would make it a closer fight than many would expect it to be, right? I too believe Canelo would win. I learned long ago that you're usually right when you pick the more talented of the two principles to win regardless of the factors, and Alvarez certainly is the better fighter, okay? Kovalev has also showed vulnerabilities against Yard, a strong, talented, but inexperienced challenger who had Kovalev on the brink of a knockout. Now here's what I have to say about that. I agree. Okay, I mean, I get what they're trying to say. When you have, you have to pick the better boxer in this situation. I get it. But man, Anthony Yard, he's a big dude, okay? It's, even at light heavyweight, he's a big dude. And I just can't imagine Anthony Yard hitting harder than Canelo, right? I just don't see that. I mean, think about it. You got Canelo on the left, Yard on the right. Say they're hitting a bag, or you know what I mean? I just to me, there's no way Canelo hits harder than Anthony Yard. It's a big, powerful young dude in his prime. Okay, so if Kovalev can handle those punches, all the other punches he's taken from all the light heavyweights that he's fought, I think he can deal with Canelo's power. Because yes, Canelo has power, but it's not that dangerous, scary power. Look, Canelo has dangerous power against someone like a Kirkland or an Amir Khan. When he's pulling up a guy 2 or 3 divisions lower or weight draining them or at a Canelo catchweight. Yeah, of course he has power in that situation. But when you put him in the ring with a natural light heavyweight, I don't know. I don't think that power is going to hold up. And I wonder, can he take the power at light heavyweight? Because Kovalev is a big puncher. He's naturally strong and powerful. And the last thing to go, yeah, your legs go, your fast twitch muscles go, even your mind. But the last thing that goes, and every boxer knows this, is your power. You always keep, the power is always there. So we even see today like these older videos of, these older fighters that have passed on and maybe still with us hitting the bag or whatever, even like Tyson or Foreman, whoever. And they still got that pop, that power, so it's always there. So what I'm getting at is I don't know that Canelo could hold up to that power, right? Right here it says, you have to wonder, will Alvarez's punching power be diminished significantly at light heavyweight? And how will he handle the shots thrown by Kovalev, right? Who's always been known as a heavy puncher, 29 knockouts and 34 victories. Is nicknamed Crusher, blah blah, right? So that's what, I don't want to make the video too long. I know you guys typically don't watch it if it's over like 7 or 8 minutes, so I try to cut them down. I mean, I could talk about this forever, but just a quick recap. Forget about the trilogy. It's done, gone with. If it happens, it happens. Then I'll cover it, whatever. But for now, yeah, I'm just not going to talk about it. But I do have plenty of Gennady Golovkin updates coming. I need to get on that, the Darby and Checo fight and start covering that. And, bringing you guys all the latest details on that, the training camp, how's it going, that kind of thing, predictions, all of that. So, and I don't want to give too much away right now, but yeah, again, that's not a terrible fight either. I'll say that, it's not a terrible fight. I mean, at least, he's a top level guy. It's not another Rolls or whoever, Vanez, Marty Rose, and, at least he's in the division, top guy, that kind of thing. So, had a pretty good showing against Daniel Jacobs. But why is he getting a second crack at that IBF? That's to me, I don't get that. And I've even, I told you guys I was going to look, and I'll end it here. I told you guys, I said, look, I wonder how many guys that has been in his situation, right? We're talking about Sergey Darby and Checo. How many boxers have been in that situation and had two cracks at a top 4 title within that short of a period of time, right? So to me, I don't know, is there some kind of trickery going on here? Like, I just can't, it doesn't make any sense to me. How? I mean, yes, he had that one win over, was it Colquet or whoever, and you put him in position, but he had the loss to what's his name, Jacobs. So it doesn't make any damn sense to me, why he has another shot at the IBF. But, whatever. It is what it is. So, all right, guys, I'm probably going to leave it at that. What do you think? Leave it below.